Everyone, this is Vicki from Messy Table Studio here with an update. I haven't done a video in a while because honestly it's a combination of not really feeling motivated about anything I'm doing except for knitting. And that's it. It's not a combination. I just don't feel motivated to film. Not that I haven't been doing things. I sent off some Artemat stuff, but the weather here has been so unpredictable. It's not even funny. So right now, we're recovering from 2.5 inches last night, starting at 2 a.m., which woke me wide awake up, and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I knit. And it's been like that for over a month now, where every day it rains. Or if it's not raining, it's extremely cloudy and dark and kind of depressing. I'm hoping that the rest of this week, I think after tomorrow, is calling for sunshine, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go sit out every day on the patio and just look up at the sky. So I'm very excited to see the sun for a change, but in July and August I'll be like, oh my God, where are the clouds? Where are the rain? Where's the rain? So there you go. Okay, so I have been knitting like crazy because I learned how to do socks on 9-inch circulars instead of all on double points, although this is a hybrid method because part of the way I do put stuff on double points, but it's only a temporary situation. The long knitting portion is all in this DPNs, all in circular, and I'm really enjoy doing the circulars. It goes by so much faster. I have never made socks this quickly before in my life. DPNs, you scoot, and then you have to try not to make a ladder, which is a weird looking thing, switching from needle to needle. And then you try to juggle your stitches to not cause the ladder. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so let me tell you the sock construction. This is a 2x2 rib, 2 knit, 2 purl, 2 knit, 2 purl. There are 20 rows of that. There are 60 rows from where the cuff ends up until I need to do the beginning of the heel flap, which is, let's see, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and this should be 60. So now I will start on the heel flap. There's this sock, number 1. And I went ahead and cast on number 2 because, I'll show you in a minute why this one is where it is and this one is just getting started. So this is number 2. I wanted to try to match my stripes. I don't usually do that kind of thing. I just knit. But I have a lot of solid colored yarn, which I like solid color yarn for putting all the decorations in, which is cables and lace work and all that stuff, because with a solid color sock you get to see all the pretty stuff. With stripes, sometimes what you're doing gets lost in the stripes, so I'm kind of rigid about this. I keep just plain knitting for the stripy stuff and the more ornate sock knitting for solid color socks, which you will see later this year. This knit along is not over until the end of August, so this is what you're going to see from now till August. It's nothing but striped socks that are done what they call vanilla style, which is like no adornments, no decorations, no special stitching. Just get it on, knit it, get it off. All right, so that's pair number 1. Pair number 2. Pair number 2 has made really good progress. I'm ready to do the toe. I did the heel. Hang on a second. Let me stop this and show you what I was waiting for. Okay. Knit Picks has these little, I'm sorry, it's still in the plastic. Knit Picks has these little packets, and I didn't say cheap, notice, inexpensive, of 20 gram, I think these are 20 gram mini skeins. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there should be enough to do an actual pair of socks with these, but that's not what I'm using them for. And I got 2 different arrangements of colors. I think one's called By Request, and I cannot remember what the other one's called. Rainbow? Rainbow. This might be Rainbow, and this might be By Request. Each of them has one white. This is black, purple, violet, I don't know, and some funky green, and a not so bright yellow. Now this is white, purple, blue. I think this is the rainbow because it's Roy G. Biv. Anyway, so this is the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then we have the token white. So this would be like Roy G. Biv, right? So I took one skein. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So I took the skein out of here of, what's the color? Where is it? Of the blue that was included in here. Is it in here? Oops. Sorry, I'm looking in the bag I had it stored in. Oh, shoot, no. Okay, anyway, I took a mini skein of the blue out and used it in the heels for this pair of socks. I had some other colors. The colors don't match exactly, but I thought it was close enough. This is like a muted blue, and this is a little more vibrant. It's okay. It's just a pair of socks. And no one will see the heel except for me. So I did the heel in this color, and here's the beginning of the heel flap on this sock. I'm ready to do the toes on this one, but I did not want to do the toes until I knit the heel flap on this and then do the rest of the decreases for the gusset and get down to where the toes are to be done to see how it looks and see if I have enough of this blue to do both toes. Because there was only one skein of it, and like I said, it's only 20 grams. Because I didn't do the cuffs in that color, I'll probably have enough to do both the toes in the blue. So I tried to match the stripes up as best I could. And the reason I put this as a different color is I heard something that somebody said on one of the broadcasts, but she knits hers in a tube and then she cuts in the heel. I wasn't going to do that, but she said the reason she does her heels like that is to not break up the sequence of colors out of order. So if you do this, then the last color you use is this, was the first color I got to use on putting the heel in, and look how this just went right along. See, it didn't skip a beat. And that's what she was talking about. I never realized you could do that. Didn't even dawn on me. So here's the second one. See, I still have a lot left to do. And these are all, these two are sock yarns from Hobbii. All right, so this came from Knit Picks. All right, so the next pair is this. This also came from Hobbii. This is called Fruit Socks. And this is the blueberry colorway. So it's ready for me to do the Kitchener on that toe. And I need to do more toe decreases on this, and then this will be ready to be Kitchenered shut, and these will be finished. They did not get to do extra, I did not substitute the heel for something because it didn't dawn on me till I looked at Knit Picks that I could order the mini skeins to change this to a different blue, although I don't know what blue it would have been. I don't think this is a very good substitute for this blue. This looks like it has more red in it, so it wouldn't have been a good substitute, and I don't want a white heel. So there really wasn't anything in the packages I looked at that would help this pair or come even close, like the other blue kind of came close. So that's pair number 3. And then pair number 4, which was actually the first pair I started, are these. This pair, I tried to get my stripes as close as I could, and I did really well until I got to the heel. And then I don't know what happened, but as you can see, the heel here is not the same as here. One of these is not like the other. So I ended up with a different color toe. There's the violet or whatever color it is, and then I ended up doing the stripes. So these are not perfectly matched, but they're good enough because it was my first pair to try to match it all the way. And I think it had to do with, I got my count off on how many rows I did, because I thought I was supposed to do 70 for the foot, and as it turned out, I didn't. And then I recalculated. Anyway, long story short, it didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but my socks are finished. So this is my first pair of the knit along that's completely finished. And then I have these other guys. They're all in different stages of almost being finished. Yay. Okay, so that's it for me. Yeah, I think that's all of it. I will come back hopefully with some art stuff later. But right now, like I said in previous videos, if you're not interested in knitting, you probably don't want to look like until you get notification. If it says knitting on it, I will let you know so that if you don't know how or are not interested in it, you can skip it. There won't be any art videos for a little while because I need to finish these 4 pair of socks. And I'm already looking at the yarn and divided it up, but I still cannot get my stripes to match. It's the strawberry version of these socks that come from Hobbii. These are acrylic and cotton, I think. The rest of these are wool blends. So I want to finish all my socks. And then I wanted to do the strawberry version of this. And it has the stripes are just aggravating to try to match. So I don't know how that's going to go. But I have like 4 other flavors of this to do. And I would like to do them all this summer. It doesn't matter if I don't do them in the summer, but I would like to slowly whittle away at my sock inventory. So there we go. I'm trying not to buy any more yarn, although I admit I bought this. But this is to finish off the heels on socks where I would like to continue to have the stripes go in the order they're supposed to without the continuity being broken up by putting in a heel flap. So there you go. That's that. And I'm looking for a knitting bag where I can put each sock project in its own knitting bag. Right now I'm doing one that has double compartments in it, and it's a little difficult because I'm using the same needles with all of these guys, and I'm shifting the needles from bag to bag to bag to bag, and it gets confusing, and then I lose my scissors, and then I have to use all these stitch markers, and I don't want to buy more little containers to put all that stuff in. So I have one container, and I keep taking out from bag to bag to bag, shifting it around as I pick up a certain pair to work on that day. These guys are the closest to being finished other than this pair right here, the blueberry pair. I need to finish these guys because they really are very close. And then I will finish this pair, and then I guess I will finish this pair last. Although, who knows? Like I said, I was waiting for the knit picks to come and just went gaga over another thing and started yet another project. I have a shawl to knit, so somewhere in the lineup there will be a shawl out of Knit Picks dark blue alpaca cloud. Yeah, it's 100% alpaca. And it's going to be the Mindless Shawl. And I think the name of the people that do it is called Yarn Treats. I can't remember. But I already knit one shawl with that stuff, and it's 100% alpaca from a different company. Then I cast on 100% wool, and that one is almost finished. I'm trying to put the edging on it, and I am bored to tears. So I set it aside because it was so hot on my lap. I was sweating in an air-conditioned house trying to finish the knit project. So that will be sealed up in a bag with some cedar, and it will wait till the fall when it's much colder, and I will finish it. It's not for anyone in particular, but the blue shawl is, and I need to get it finished before I lose interest in knitting. It comes and goes. All right, so that's it. I will try to work on some artsy-fartsy stuff, but I make no promises. Sorry. My art blog, or art videos were rudely interrupted by knitting. How dare I? Okay, everybody, that's it for me, so I will see you later. Thank you for watching and hanging in. Bye.